One thing that's interesting, which I don't recommend people to do, and that is to watch MTV with the mute on. And if you just watch
That's my theory.
The videos,
yeah, just take the sound off and look how crazy those people look.
It's like animals.
It's frightening.
It is.
No, it's not like animals. Be fair to animals. Yeah, I don't like. Don't diss the animals. Do not diss the animals.
That's
I
right.
take that back.
You got a lot of brothers out there calling each other dog. What's up, dog?
Right.
And that's, the dogs out there saying, man, these cats are giving us dogs a bad name. Because the dog, his quality is loyalty.
Right.
Right? The dog is loyal, man's best friend. And these human dogs aren't loyal to anyone. They treat women like a dog would never treat. So, a bitch. No. That's right. Exactly. Right. So, these cats are giving the dogs the bad name. So don't disrespect the animals by comparing this human, this poor excuse for a human being to an animal. How do we get off on that tangent?
I think I am going to come out with a song with "Don't Diss the Dogs."
Don't diss the dogs. Yeah.
After that, we only have like 4 minutes left for the show. I wanted to ask you, what are your long-term goals for Zaytuna? What do you hope to see happening?
Well, I mean, ultimately, Zaytuna is an educational institute. We're committed to trying to help remove the ignorance out there. I mean, we feel that what is confronting humanity everywhere is ignorance, and we want to remove ignorance. And embedded in the word ignorance is the word ignore. And when you ignore things that are important, it's a display of your ignorance. And Islam is important. 1 out of every 5 people is Muslim. Just like I would encourage Muslims to learn about and to have a greater respect for other traditions that are out there. I also encourage non-Muslims to actually find out about Islam, because even if you don't become a Muslim, in order to be an educated person in the 21st century, you should know what 1 out of every 5 people believes, just like you should know the basic principles and tenets of Christianity. And most people are not afraid of Christianity, and there are certain types of Christianity that I'm afraid of, but the majority of Christians I have no problem with whatsoever, and I have family members that are Christian and they're good people. And that is also true for Muslims. The majority of Muslims are good, law-abiding people, and they're actually some of the best neighbors that you could ever have. And that I'm not exaggerating that. But unfortunately, there's also some hot-headed, there's some angry, there's some resentful, there's some impatient, and there's some deeply misguided Muslims out there, like any religion or faith, but they represent a very small minority. Unfortunately, very statistically insignificant groups now can have an immense impact and an extravagant display of their rage that ends up reflecting poorly on all of the other adherents to that group. But intelligent people should never fall into the fallacy of composition, which is a logical fallacy where you imply just because one member has characteristics, you apply it to all members. So if you have a bad experience with a Jew, suddenly every Jew is bad, or a bad experience with a Hindu, every Hindu is bad, or a humanist, or whoever's out there, or a black person, or a yellow person, or a red person, or a white person. So we're about trying to eliminate and remove ignorance in our own selves, because we still have those qualities, and we don't. This is not some Manichaean melodramatic worldview that we're putting out there. We recognize that we have work to do ourselves, and that's why we're committed to increasing our knowledge, practicing that knowledge, and also to spreading that knowledge to those who are willing to give it an ear, and eventually to also try to grow and benefit from it.
MeccaOne.